Good morning and welcome to episode 1280 of Hard Factor. It is Thursday, August 24th, 2023. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80-ish% accuracy guaranteed right here on this podcast. Roundabout there. Today, Mark's got wild times, insane times in Russia, and much more in your cup of coffee in the big time.
Tough week for Russia. It's not their week, or it's not their coffee today. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, it's up and down roller coaster over there in Mother Russia. I've got the latest from the seas on deck, like not Lil C's, not like Lil C, the seas,
like Davy Jones' locker.
Yep. Neptune's domain.
Ooh.
And Wes has an animal double to bat us home in this podcast today.
Yeah, gonna go to Alaska, which is rare.
For the halibut, just for the halibut.
Yeah, for king crab legs and the halibut.
I went to Alaska just for the halibut.
Classic Alaska joke.
I don't remember that one.
Oh yeah, it's a good one.
It's an Alaska.
Oh yeah,
joke.
It's a real good one. It is beautiful in the summertime, Alaska. Brutal in the winter.
It looks like it's got way too many mosquitoes for me in the summertime from all the videos I've ever seen, and I don't gel with that many mosquitoes.
Lots of them, Wes. But if you have bug spray and meth, you could stay up infinitely because the sun never goes down. So there's that too. That's what they do.
Will and his family took like each of his close friends in high school on a trip. You missed it by a few years, Wes, because you became friends with us in college or after.
Mm-hmm.
I
got to go to Italy, which was awesome, and our buddy Colin went to Alaska, and he said, "I went to Alaska just for the halibut for about 6 weeks."
Yeah, it's Colin's main joke. It's great.
Yeah,
he's dropping it in Alaska. I don't think it slaps there.
Probably not as good as in Alaska. It was good. It was good not in Alaska. It was good in Herndon, Virginia. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, he's a slave.
I got to go to Wildwood. That was where my friend took me one time. Wildwood, New Jersey.
The rich friends and
pretty nice.
So you fucked up.
I did. I don't know how I didn't get any expensive trips. It's kind of And
you just had your Power Wheels and your mopeds.
That's got to come down to downtown. Yeah, you got to come down to downtown Herndon for all that. Yeah. Speaking of the live, you can watch us record the podcast live if you wanted to. YouTube.com/hardfactornews. Also, we're on Twitter or X.com, whatever they call it now. Simulcast there live at 8 p.m. Eastern, Sunday through Thursday normally, but tomorrow for Friday's podcast, Thursday night, it will be 7 p.m. Eastern, the live taping at youtube.com/hardfactornews and also on X at Hard Factor News, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, because we have a very special guest. Representative Nancy Mace will finally be joining us, and we will be asking her all the questions. Many sent in from the Hardo Hive, many from our own imagination. Cannot wait to chat with her. And you can watch that live. Again, 7 p.m. Eastern, Thursday night, youtube.com/hardfactornews.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. I want to know what her husband Patrick does, or fiance Patrick does besides obviously have like rabbit's feet and stuff like that. Maybe monkey's paw.
Besides being a luck specialist,
right? He must be.
What are his other?
Yeah.
Now, I mean, all kinds of. I mean, literally the biggest crossover of specialties of an elected official I think that we could possibly get.
She's awesome.
Very accomplished.
Policies are pretty cool. So that's awesome too. So we're looking forward to it. You guys want to do the coffee?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll do it.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
Did you not want to drink the coffee yet, Wes?
I'd rather it was tomorrow. Well, I'd rather it was tomorrow and Nancy Mace was on, but I mean, I guess.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean,
I guess we'll have to.
Oh, you just want to teleport? I got you.
Yeah, I mean, let's try to get through
24 hours.
Just try to get through it.
One more sleep.
23 hours though. 23 hours though.
It up an hour early.
Yeah, so.
23 hours. It's like nothing. Let's start with a fun fact, and this one is wild. Did you know that over 95% of people involved in plane accidents, that all plane crashes, but plane accidents, survive?
Really?
95. There's
95.7.
That's an insane stat.
So that includes, that includes like falling off the runway, like not making it out of the air.
That includes
hitting another plane while they're on the ground.
Right.
That's all accidents. Now,
what about in-air accidents?
Well, serious plane crashes, which is like an actual boom, 50%.
Really? That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? Like when I saw 95, I was like, yeah, 95% of people die. No.
There's a lot of Sullys out there. Sullenbergers.
Exactly. Most of the time you hear about the ones where there's no survivors and it's just wreckage, but a lot of the times the crashes, they at least like kind of
land
they
kind
of coast to
the ground.
Exactly, and then everyone survives. That does not appear to be the case though for anyone on board a private jet which was 10 people, which crashed on a Wednesday evening north of Moscow. No survivors. That was a bad one. That was just, explosion. Everyone died instantly. And according
PJ, private jet.
Yeah, you know who was on that private jet according to every news source?
Who's that?
The former leader of the Russian mercenary military group, the Wagner group, Yevgeny Prigozhin. He's Prigozhin to need a coffin. He's
yikes.
Prigozhin to not be around anymore.
So he probably avoided all windows and then just didn't think about the PJ.
He was looking out the window of the jet as it was going down. And it was kind of like
small. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the window touch by probably Putin, who was giving a speech with an orchestra behind him while he was like Michael Corleone in The Godfather at the last scene when everyone's dying and he's like giving a speech,
like the entertainment for everyone.
Yeah.
If you turn your attention to the skies, Prigozhin is being shut down as we speak.
I'm getting some news. I'm getting some breaking news.
Yeah. I mean, this is about as much as he could announce it without announcing it, right? I mean,
he was giving a speech with an orchestra behind him for some 80th anniversary of a battle that Russia won or something. I don't know what was going on, but he chose the timing, obviously. Or it could have been us, or it could have been Ukraine. Probably was Putin. It turns out he would have been better off continuing his march on Moscow a few months ago. This Prigozhin guy, when he accused Putin of attacking his army, because regardless of who shot down that plane, he's not taking a deer bloodbath in an impenetrable evil villain castle like Putin is right now.
No, he's not.
No,
he's wasn't there like accusations in the local area about who shot it down?
Or maybe it just crashed. We'll probably never know. What we do know is that he's taking a bath 300 feet into the Earth's core in 6 different locations due to his body getting dismembered.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely saw reports, Will, that the Russian defense was part responsible
that it was a Russian military system, right?
Yeah,
took out the private jet.
Yeah, they just came out and said it in some articles.
I mean, the guy did go against Putin like 2 months ago.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he led the coup or whatever, the one-day thing. Yeah.
So we're buddies again. Putin will forget that. Forgive and forget. That's Putin.
Just fly by the air defense systems of Moscow real quick. They just want to get a look from up here. What a dummy. I'd be traveling like by underground, like a human trafficker.
He was coming back from Africa too. They'd sent him on an African recruiting tour that we covered.
If you remember, we covered the thing. He was in Mali, who has all of our emails now, and Niger, which is where we have the coup. And the U.S. presence there and the French presence are all nervous because he was there with the Wagner group. Plus, there's like the ISIL people. Plus, the new coup guy seems to be more Team Russia and ISIL than anti, potentially. So it's probably good for the U.S. people that he's gone.
It's good for everyone that he's gone. This guy was a giant piece of garbage.
Oh, absolutely.
He was one of Putin's main henchmen
for years. Smashed.
Yeah, right.
It's hilarious.
A lot of people thought he would come and take Putin out because usually Russian, the Russian like presidential history is that like the next strong man has to take the current one out. So a lot of people were saying he could be the next one. Obviously, there was like the mini coup he did, and then but that people were saying that was staged. Maybe not. Now that you see this,
right? Was this staged?
No,
he's gone.
He's exploded.
Gone. Speaking of crashes, it would have been Kobe Bryant's 45th birthday on Wednesday, and his daughter and the 7 other people on board that helicopter would have been celebrating birthdays once a year if that stupid pilot hadn't flown through clouds at a low level over a mountain. Years ago, they did an investigation, and they're like, yeah, the aviation people are like, yeah, no, it was 100% pilot error. Hey, you sure you can see where you're going there, Aura? Looks pretty cloudy. You're dead, right? Like, not great. Maybe he was a Celtics fan. Too soon.
Ooh,
what?
yeah.
I didn't kill him. The pilot who investigated killed him. The Massachusetts guy.
That's horrible. You always assume, like, whenever I'm driving or anything, or in a flying, somebody else has my life in their hands. I always assume that they don't, they're going to be careful, right?
Well,
that's
with
not
the big
the
planes,
case
it's
here,
almost
right?
like autopilot. We just talked about 95.7% people survive. Helicopters, not the case. 100% of people die in a helicopter crash. That's a known fact. And the pilot has much more say in the matter than like an autopilot on an airplane that has 3 co-pilots and a computer system. I read a book the other year where the same fucking thing happened. Some guy was trying to rush people in like a skipping plane, like a tiny plane helicopter scenario in Canada over a snowstorm, and the pilot made a mathematical error and didn't know how to clear the fucking mountains in the snowy clouds. Crash.
Yeah. Snowy clouds,
not good.
Not a good way to go. Yeah.
Mountainous clouds, can't see. Don't want to be putting my hands in one guy's life. No thanks. Let's move on. Sorry
it's
about
tough. You got to be really good at math for aviation, as the Russians proved this week as well.
All right.
Well, now they're saying mechanical error, but who knows, right? They're
mechanical error.
Landing and smash into the moon. So
just tell them it's a mechanical error. Yeah, sure.
It was smoking on the way down. They shot it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the PJ. Yeah, it was like pretty. I think it was like definitely shot.
Well, how come there was cheering coming from the defense bunker? Yeah. Let's move on. This one's ironic. A married former Queens, New York teacher who previously posted online that she helped teach her middle schoolers about sexual consent. Guess what she did?
Oh no!
I know what she did.
Yeah,
she raped a 14-year-old student allegedly.
How did she think she had consent?
That's her. But Wes, this might give you more of a.
She didn't look up the
clue
laws
on why she did it. This is the more telling picture of her with the bangs.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No one gave her attention. 33-year-old. Yeah, I don't know about the consent thing. Well, I think maybe she was trying to sniff out the stupid kids that couldn't wrap their heads around consent. Like
right, and then she's like, "Oh, those are the ones."
Oh, you're not getting it, Tony, who's 14 but looks 20. Perfect. Meet me at the corner for tutoring in my van at 7. One of those type deals.
Oof.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. This guy doesn't get consent. He's not going to know.
14-year-old. Yikes.
Yeah.
That's
pretty young.
That's a rape. Yeah. I mean, my son's 13, and it would absolutely be a rape if someone had sex with him.
Not so funny now, is it, Wes?
No, it isn't.
No, 14, middle school.
He wouldn't even think it was cool.
No, I don't.
No, I mean that's it's big time child abuse. I mean, like there's some kids, men. It's always, I guess, it feels a little different when it's a dude. That's the victim.
Look,
but
some kids are earlier bloomers. What you're trying to say than others, but no 14-year-old's prepared for a 33-year-old teacher. That ain't happening.
No. So she's single and all this stuff.
She was married. She was married.
Wow, doing it behind her husband's back. Yeah,
she was married and bragging about, like, she was posting these things like, "This is what I teach my kids, helping kids understand consent. Here's consent. Here's not consent." And then she rapes people.
Was she like, "See this? Now this was not consent."
Yeah, she puts her example as a bullet point.
Right.
What I did to Tony.
Right. That was not consent.
Not consent. It's just a case study. Yeah, exactly.
Right. I mean, statutory rape can't be consented, right? That's one of
it's not, by the law. I don't think
that's one of the statutes of it.
That's why it exists.
Understand. Yeah.
Yeah. A representative for the Department of Education, which is confusing because it's labeled the DOE, which I always think is the Department of Energy, but same thing. Department of Education said this alleged behavior is extremely concerning and wholly unacceptable. And if Rakenzie's, that's her last name, is convicted, the DOE will move to have her terminated. So, yeah, that makes sense.
Think so?
She's not fired yet. Wow.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know, the NYPD is charging her with rape, criminal sexual act, and acting in a manner injurious to a child less than 17-year-olds. That might be grounds for termination. The DOE spokesperson really went out on a limb there. Someone's going to have to talk to them about dialing it back in those press statements.
It is. They're going to, I mean, they should go hard on this lady. She is a sexual predator, no doubt. This is kind of what I was getting at earlier.
Was he drunk when he said that? Yeah.
Live comment from Pepper Life Adventures says, where were these teachers ever when I was in high school?
Pepper, for sure, but put it in more context of like 16, because like
of course
14 was
this is a horror. This is
14
brutal.
was too young.
This is brutal. What's going on? And that's from our resident tree climbing, shark fishing.
You got to be in high school for a few years before. I mean, middle school, too early.
Yeah. 14's too young. No, I get it.
Yeah. Where were these teachers in high school that looked hotter than her when I was 17 is what he meant to say.
That's right.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Right.
Big 3 years.
Right. Hey, bad news for fatties. Listen up, us. People are dying from a listeria outbreak thanks to the milkshakes that have been sold at a Frugal's burger restaurant in Tacoma, Washington.
I'm getting a milkshake after this.
I had Dairy Queen, a blizzard like this week. The power went out on Sunday night and it was still 95 degrees in Austin at like 9 p.m. And I was like, do you want to go get ice cream? So we got in the car and that cooled us down,
man.
Right. Yeah. So
delicious.
You know, we're susceptible to this.
I've cut out all dairy besides cheese, but I still need to give her that. I still eat way too much cheese.
Why? Why do you do that to yourself?
Well, you know, just trying to, try to fit in
health. Yeah. Oh,
okay.
He doesn't like listeria. Wes, did you hear the story?
I mean, drinking 3, gallons of milk a week will put on the pounds. That's what I've been doing.
It's a risk. It's safer to be in a plane crash than to drink that much milk. 3 gallons.
Yeah, 2%.
All right. Well, look, this is not a good story. Just listen to the local news, and we got a listeria expert in here too.
Okay.
To learn that the restaurant is ground zero of a deadly bacterial outbreak. The Washington State Department of Health announced on Friday that listeria was found in the ice cream machines in the restaurant. The agency says all milkshake flavors have been contaminated with the bacteria due to the machines not being cleaned correctly. So far, 6 people have been hospitalized, 5 people in Pierce County and
so
1
it's not
person
the milk,
in
it's just
Thurston County.
That's the lazy workers.
The Department of Health says investigators linked the strain of listeria bacteria to a time period between February 27th and July 22nd.
All year.
In a statement, Frugal said once they were notified, all milkshake sales were stopped, and their equipment has been sent to an independent facility for testing. But the Tacoma Pierce County Health Department says it could take up to 70 days for symptoms to develop. This wide window of time is why Bill Mahler is concerned.
On the nose.
You may not know that you're going to get sick for over 2 months, and that's pretty frightening, given the fact that they just stopped selling ice cream on August 8th. So we have a long way to wait to see what happens to people.
If you've had a milkshake of any flavor at the Frugal's Tacoma
any flavor milkshake
between May
in the past
29th and August 7th, you're encouraged to reach out to your healthcare provider to start developing any of these
any flavor milkshake from Frugal's in the past 3 months, and you need to go see a doctor.
So everyone within 10 miles of Frugal's.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Ooh, Frugal's.
Horrible news.
Everybody knew that was going to happen one day too when they eat at Frugal's, because it's like it's the name of the burger stand is like we're the cheapest fucking burger and milkshake stand possible.
Yeah,
and
they make it pretty clear they're not going above and beyond at Frugal's. Yeah.
So every time you ate there, you were like, I know one of these days.
Right.
Yeah.
And then,
I mean, at least McDonald's with the broken milkshakes machines, they don't kill you. They don't serve you your ice cream, but they don't.
They'll just not give it.
Serve you dirty ice cream. So yeah. Probably not going to get a blizzard again ever.
Are you kidding me? I'm
3
to
dead,
Baskin Robbins
3 dead,
tonight.
6 hospitalized. You're going to Baskin Robbins tonight.
Yeah.
Every time I eat ice cream, same
intern
thing.
Jackson says you guys should try the peach milkshake at Chick-fil-A. It's gas.
Oh,
so
that does sound pretty good.
that's what the kids say. It's good.
Gas.
Yeah, that does
No
sound
cap.
pretty good. That's gas.
There's no cap.
No cap, son. Milkshake is gas.
It's the bee's knees. It's the cat's pajamas. Every time I eat ice cream, including this last time, I shit my brains out. I'm good with cheese,
Really?
but ice cream runs straight through me. I can't eat it at like the park, for example. I need to be right next to a comfortable toilet because listeria and ice cream would absolutely kill me.
Boy, I'd really love to go to that park over there and eat this, but I just can't.
I can't.
Just shit myself.
I can't. I'm watching everyone eat ice cream at the park and I'm so jealous.
Like to sit on that bench over there and just enjoy this ice cream.
Boy, that looks relaxing.
I know what would happen though.
Yeah. We better head home, honey.
I need to be halfway home by the time I get into that ice cream. If we hit traffic, sheesh. But yeah, I mean, based on what
you gotta try frozen yogurt.
Yeah, maybe I need to
custard,
switch to froyo, some sort of custard. But yeah, if non-listeria ice cream does that to me, listeria ice cream would take me out lickety split. That'd be curtains for me. Hey, India did embarrass Russia, who was having a bad showing today. Prigozhin hit the earth at whatever free fall speed of a jet that's hit by a missile is, and now India has officially become the 4th country to land on the moon. We talked about it yesterday. They did it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like this is a real big about fucking time moment for India?
Go India. No, it's the 4th country of all time to land on the moon. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, but it's India. I mean, they're
well. Did you see the way they did it, Mark? Did you see the clip?
They beat Germany. Yeah.
I mean, the way they did it was way more impressive than a lot of other countries.
Yeah,
they had like a nice video of it and shit.
I just saw a guy just screaming, and I was gonna do a dubbed thing where I was gonna translate to them talking about how, hey Russia, you can suck our 1.1 billion cocks, but I didn't do it. But no, I didn't see how they landed. How'd they land?
It's just it's like it came down very controlled. Like it's like an infrared shot. They show it landing on I don't know if it was real, but it looked fucking cool. And assuming it was real, and they did land, they landed their lander. So it was pretty good. It was nice.
Yeah, it was called the Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft. It landed safely on the moon on Wednesday, a few days after Russia's spacecraft Prigozhin into the moon.
Yep, it did.
That's the new adjective for hurtling into something.
The ground,
He Prigozhin. Oh boy, I Prigozhin right there, right into the ground.
Crashing and burning.
Yeah. In political news, as you know, first Republican debate was Wednesday night, actually just a few minutes after our live recording right now. We're going to be working with Predicted again for this upcoming election, which is awesome. So if you want to get in the fun of predicting who's going to win certain races and make some money with us, then you have to go to predicted.org and sign up using our promo code HardFactor25.
You have to go to predicted.org/promo/HardFactor25.
That's it. You have to go
to that URL, and that will give you a $25 match in the political forecasting market.
Exactly. So if you put in 25, you'll get matched 25. You can use a debit card. It's in all 50 states. So that's awesome. So we'll probably do, we'll do a follow up on this debate, and then maybe we'll start doing some live debates.
Kinds of markets. Who's going to be the GOP nominee? The Democrat nominee, probably Biden, obviously. Will Harris be the president? You can bet on every gubernatorial election, congressional election.
And how it works, put that back up, Will. So we'll take the Harris one. Will Kamala Harris be the next president or the 47th president?
28 cents, yes. So that's
if you think yes, you pretty much triple up. We had a conversion chart to plus minus for sports, but basically 50 cents would be even odds. So if you think no, 72 cents. Each time the market ends up, one of them gets to 99 cents or $1, essentially the winning one.
And it's all forecasters you're betting against. So
if you think no right now and you bet on 72 cents and she doesn't get it, then you'd win 28 cents per share. You triple up the opposite. It's pretty easy. We can explain.
Very fun.
Yeah, it's very fun.
It's the only way to get through the some of
all of it. Just all of it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
The only way to get through any of it.
We'll have some debate live streams and drinking games accompanying those to go along with it. But for future debates, this one with Trump not in it,
we're playing playing it cool. We're showing up fashionably late to the party. We'll do the second debate,
So, but when you get in there, at predictit.org/promo/hard factor25 to get your $25 matched in the forecasting of politics. You will see that Ramaswamy was surging right before the debates as like people think he's going to be, he's going to be something after this debate. But I don't know. It could even up. Maybe people like Haley, Tim Scott made some moves during the debate. We don't know yet as we tape this. But you can right now probably do two things. You can Google Trump's weight, hopefully, that officially came into Fulton County, Georgia, and you can sign up to Predict It and make some wise investments on who's going to be the Republican nominee or the VP based on how the debate went last night.
And we'll let you know what we're picking too.
Look at this thing. There's the market right now that it looks pretty sexy. Will Biden resign during his first term? Right now it's yes at 14 cents. I think it's any day, to be honest with you. I think it's any day.
That's why the Kamala will she be president at 28 is interesting because there's multiple ways to get there, including that one.
Yeah. Whoa, that's weird. Live internet commenter. He was all over it yesterday. Not so much today. We made this joke 2 days ago. He said first call center will be up and running by Tuesday or recently.
On the moon?
Yeah, we already made that joke.
Yeah,
but it's a good one.
It is
a good one though.
But you could have just put dash hard factor after that statement because it was our joke. Also,
saying you incepted?
I don't know. I'm saying it's a recycled joke from us. Also, in other political news, a lot of the Trump people turned themselves in over there in Georgia, and we have some preliminary mugshots like Rudy. There's no Trump weigh-in. Hopefully, we get that on Thursday. There's
not yet. It's supposed to be Thursday for Trump's weigh-in. Yeah,
we got Sidney Powell. We got my favorite. I didn't know this guy existed. Cheesy bro, Kenneth Cheesy bro. Kenneth Cheesy bro.
It's Trump's legal team. Look at his. I mean, he's got quite a part on him.
What a name!
All the way over.
You can't trust the guy named Cheesy bro. That guy needs a toilet like I do at a park.
Giuliani looks like a funeral director that was like selling body parts or something.
He looks like the Paul Bear of politics.
He's nuts, man.
He is. He's got
the urn right below the shot.
Yeah,
he's got a kooky house with kooky books and trains and
so many clocks,
trinkets, clocks, all sorts of weird shit. Papers everywhere. What are you doing? Writing 50 books?
Freak.
Hey, so the Flo Rida concert. Concert goers are getting ridiculed online for crowd surfing a baby to the rapper. Let me play it, but I got to turn down the volume because it's Flo Rida songs. So to me, it looks like they just pass a baby up. It doesn't look that bad. But people are saying, hey, they crowd surfed a baby.
No,
that's irresponsible.
They didn't crowd surf a fucking baby.
They handed
him a baby.
I agree. And the only reason I do that is to get to the next story. But they did have this hilarious moment where he holds the baby up like Simba. That's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome.
I mean, as long as the baby had I feel like the baby needs some ear protection, but as long as that was
that's exactly it, Will. If you're gonna bring a baby to a concert, like a Flo Rida concert, because it was loud, either don't or
earplugs.
Get the big earmuffs.
Yeah,
right?
Big earmuffs. Yeah,
like from old school.
Even if the kid had little ones in, that would be good. But that's kind of rough on a baby.
That's the only crime there is
raw dog in the ears, baby ears. That's a lot.
But I bring up that nothing burger of a concert to get you to a something burger of a concert story in
the cream of the crop.
I'll tell you though, real quick. This story is much better than the headline "Baby dies when parents leave it at home to go to Flo Rida concert." You know what I mean?
It's a great.
Well, no, I understand. Sometimes you can't get a babysitter. Just get the earmuffs. Get the earmuffs. Right. The earmuffs. That's all. And you don't want the baby to watch itself and then kill itself somehow. Oops, baby.
Baby no attacked by pit bull at home while parents are at Flo Rida concert.
That would be worse.
Yeah, that's
much worse.
Yeah. It's a worse headline. Sticking with concerts, this one is good news, guys. Fyre Fest is back, and you can buy tickets to Fyre Fest 2 right now. Fyre Fest 2 back. Check it out. You don't believe me? What are we waiting for? You don't believe me? Listen to Billy McFarland, the genius behind Fyre Fest 1.
Because as of right now, Fyre Festival 2 tickets are officially on sale.
Fuck yeah.
It has been the absolute wildest journey to get here, and it really all started during the 7th-month stint in solitary confinement.
Whoa.
I wrote out this 50-page plan of how it would take this overall interest and demand in fire and how it would take my ability to bring people from around the world together to make the impossible happen.
Yes.
But how I would find the best partners in the world to allow me to be me while executing Fyre's vision to the highest level. In my first year, I partnered with one of the biggest and best TV companies in the world to produce a documentary called After the Fire. I've also worked with one of the biggest production companies to sign a deal to produce Fyre Festival, the Broadway musical. Whoa. And finally, today, we are announcing Fyre Festival 2. We spoke to people as far away as the Middle East and South America, and ultimately, we decided that Fyre Festival 2 is coming back to the Caribbean.
Okay.
We are targeting Fyre Festival 2 for the end of next year, and in the meantime, we'll be doing pop-ups and events across the world. Guys, this is your chance to get in. This is everything I've been working towards. Let's fucking go.
Is Blink going to be there? No bands announced. However,
nothing announced. That was complete conjecture.
A geographical location, sort of one of the 100 Caribbean islands. Sometime maybe next winter, maybe.
And this one's going to go different,
probably with some cool partners. But you can buy tickets. All you need to know is that you can buy tickets now for $8,000, up to $8,000 for the people. And actually, no, you can't, because they're sold out. They already sold out, according to the very trustworthy Billy McFarland. Drop 1, that is, at least. Now drop 2 is probably going to be more expensive because we didn't get in on drop 1.
Makes sense. I mean, you had to be quick.
Drop 1 just sold out, and it's gone.
At only $8,000 a ticket. I mean, it must have gone so fast.
Should we go? Should Hard Factor
if we can get
Fyre
a ticket.
Fest 2?
I mean, only if we can get a ticket.
Should we crowdsource it? Hard Factor at GoFundMe or something?
Yeah,
Fyre Fest 2?
One of us needs to go, I guess.
Should we go?
Yeah.
It's
funny how he brought up the documentary about how he conned everyone on the first one to try to sell the second one.
Well, he's like, that did numbers. He's just bringing up things that did numbers. Yeah.
Right.
I fucked all y'all the first time. Same production companies coming back.
Started GoFundMe to get one of these tickets, y'all. They're gonna go quick.
We don't even need any bands. You idiots are gonna show up. You know.
This is like when I do the lottery re-up, and I get everyone to send me $35, and then it's just like an influx of cash, and then I just go spend it all, and then I mean, it's just a nice thing for me, like once every 3 months.
Yeah,
I usually just gamble it away.
Huh? Do you even buy the tickets, or you just Billy McFarland does?
No, you have to buy the tickets on a week-by-week basis.
Let's post the numbers. So he's saying he spends the cash that he gets for the tickets before he buys the ticket.
So
what I'm saying is,
so do you really buy the right amount of tickets, like when the money's gone?
Of course, because he's got $35 thing is for the week, the ongoing one. So you can't buy those tickets until the drawing of the next one. So I have all that. I have an influx of cash for 3 months worth of tickets. So you're
taking out like really small personal loans from everyone in the hive.
Yeah, with 0 interest. Yeah. But I always pay it back is the thing.
Well, we haven't won the lottery, so we don't know.
No, but you see the tickets. You can see the tickets anytime you want.
Yeah, I think we should post.
It's on auto pay. They're the exact same tickets every week.
Please put the numbers that you play back in the Discord.
I did. I do every single time.
Okay.
Is Wes Fyre Festing the lotto pool?
He seems to be.
It's just a
simpatico there.
It's just a fun.
He's like, I get
once every 3 months, I get an influx of cash.
Oh yeah, I run this scam. Yeah, you know the lotto pool we do.
He's like, I get how easy it is to pull off.
Yeah. It's really easy.
All right.
Yeah.
No, West Post the numbers. I think you're just saying you could relate to. Okay,
it's easy.
Nobody's getting scammed.
He's saying it's easy to ask people for money with the illusion of something grandeur, and then they'll just give you the money, and then you don't have to honor the agreement you'd made to get the money. Right. Technically,
listen, I could not buy the lottery tickets. 100%, and fool everyone. But
you do, right?
But I do, of course. If we hit, I would be.
Just want to make that clear.
I would be dead. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if we ever hit, would it be worth it? The like $4,000 you'd accumulated over 2 years.
Worth it at all.
The $4,000.
I would jump up a bridge myself.
Yeah. All right. That's today's cup of coffee, brought to you by BIRDDOGS. You already know. BIRDDOGS.com/HNews. You already know. They sent.
I'm wearing their brand new polos right now.
Check that out. Will's wearing a polo they sent us. Look at that.
They are nice polos. They're very
nice.
Lightweight. Very nice.
I feel like this is the nicest I've looked in maybe like 4-5 years.
Yeah,
potentially.
At least,
whenever Bird Dog sends us clothing.
Yeah,
and we look good,
refreshed. And the polos now too. They didn't offer it before. You know, I used to go to drop the kids off at daycare. I'm always wearing a tank top or something because I'm that's our typical style.
Yeah.
And then now I've got this fantastic polo from Bird Dogs, and I'll just look like a real adult when I drop the kids off.
Thank God.
Yeah.
My package comes tomorrow. But yeah, birddogs.com/HNews, or just pop in that HNews in the promo code. Get yourself a free hat. Do it.
Really nice golf shirts. I mean, that shirt on the golf course is going to keep you cool, and it stretches, so it's not going to interfere with your swing. I mean, it is nice for golf shirt for that particular sport. But
yeah, I didn't think I did.
Very flexible. You can swing.
Mm-hmm. Adam's a troll, right? Adam the Dro, the live comment saying the fuck is Fyre Fest. She's trolling, right?
Just go look up Fyre Fest on Netflix, Adam, and
Adam's either 60 or 10.
He didn't spell it right, so he's not trolling.
It's FYRE. Go look at the Netflix documentary, and you'll find out exactly.
Right. It was the biggest scam in the history of the guy promised that all the biggest bands in the world were going to show up to the Caribbean islands. He's trolling. I don't know why he's trolling. I don't know why I'm explaining this. No one showed up.
Is everything okay between you and Whoa, that's weird? He's standing down.
I wasn't trying to steal the joke. Just thought I'd bring back into the mix. I'll stand by and stand down. Oh, his feelings are hurt. No, I mean, you just stole the joke. I don't care. You can steal jokes, but
Mark gets upset if you don't give him credit for things. You know that.
Well, don't most people?
Nah, not as much as you.
Okay. I mean, it's my intellectual property. It's okay. It's fine. Just
intellectual property. Trademark it.
Just take my IP and
take my IP.
It's fine. No big deal. I don't care. No hard feelings. Well, that's weird. It's all good.
We used to have a joke amongst us when we were writing sketch comedies about to make sure joke credit was given, that you had to say how many stars your joke was, a certain number of stars, right?
That's right.
That was the system.
That's a 3-star.
I didn't have a number of stars.
I don't think I did either.
I don't remember. Nope, everyone's equal, and all the jokes are just out there in the ether. Who's up next?
Put my sign up.
I got my sign right behind me. Thanks, Stanko.
Oh yeah.
I need a spotlight for it or something.
Stanko said he didn't wear Jankos, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that. But opportunity missed, but you didn't miss this opportunity. Thank you for the name signs. Okay, back to the seas. The angry seas, where the case for humans needing to team up with orcas is growing stronger by the day, and the situation is getting more dire by the day. You already knew that robots were taking the jobs of warehouse workers, retail workers, drivers, web developers, and graphic designers. Poof, jobs gone in an instant. And now they're taking the jobs of ocean cartographers. Can you believe it?
What?
People who make maps of the ocean.
Yeah, no, but I can believe it.
Mark, did you hear that? Ocean cartographers. You heard me right. They are now mapping the seas. The robots are, and that
makes sense.
Makes. I thought that was already happening with like the lasers.
That seems like a
going
job
down,
that's
bouncing
replaceable.
back.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I'd be so happy if I was an ocean cartographer right now.
No, you wouldn't be.
Specifically,
if you were one of the 3 ocean cartographers, you'd be.
Have you ever been happy? Yeah. Unless there's like the 1600s.
You'd be tapping your wooden peg arm at something angrily.
Yeah, which some of them probably are. Yeah. Specifically in Maine, the Gulf of Maine is going to be mapped by robot sailboats. I don't know how I feel about it. Maine's human fishermen and lobstermen are being asked to watch out for 2 robotic sailboats set to deploy there next week. And the NOAA says that the wind and solar powered vessels called sail drone Voyagers. That's exactly what I just showed you right there. That's the sail drone Voyager.
They're kind of slick looking.
It's nice. It's like a paddleboard with a motor and a big wind sail, and it's got a bunch of solar panels on it.
It's got a lot of like things that look like they can cartography on it.
Potentially. Yeah. I mean,
it's like the perfect ocean cartography device.
I'll tell you what else it looks like. Something that you would not want to have run up on you whisper quiet when you're in a kayak fishing for one, and the paddleboard with a sail on it comes and fucks you up, and you had no idea it was coming. But anyways, they say that these sail drone Voyagers are going to be following predetermined routes, collecting data, and mapping the Gulf seafloor. You see how it does it right there in this handy dandy diagram they make. And they say, guys, that humans must remain 500 feet away at all times. Plus, you must not set any fishing lines or anything that may get into the robotic sailboat's path at all.
Well, why would you bother? Because it's scaring the fucking fish away with the motor.
I think it's probably got a super quiet. It looks like a paddleboard with like a tiny quiet motor, because it's solar and wind power, or solar and wind power.
They don't want you confusing this thing with other objects.
It can't have too much power. I don't know. It's just it's a robot, and they say the robot owns the sea now.
It's fickle, is what it is.
By the robot.
It just
if you
gets
fuck
confused.
with it, it'll get fucked up.
It gets so confused.
Yeah.
It just throws a tantrum and stops cartographing.
It's such a confused little robot. You got to stay far the fuck away. And if you get caught doing anything to it, they're going to be so mad. So
please just stay away from our robot.
It shows the 3D map of the ocean floor, and then one human gets involved, and it's just a stack of bodies. Yeah. It's all humans in this part of the ocean.
Just a dick.
Yeah.
Lays down underneath it.
Someone puts a dick under it.
Just look at this formation. It looks just like a dick.
You could definitely trick these things.
Yeah.
I hope somebody puts a bunch of like naked body parts right below it. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I feel for the cartographers of the world, ocean cartographers specifically.
They had a good run. I mean, what a job.
Robots, guys, the way of the future.
Yeah. Crazy.
No, I mean, really, it does seem like a job that you could replace with robots.
Right. It's like the perfect job for robots.
It is. It's like some of those places are pretty deep. I mean, I don't know how they're doing it anyway. Like, what are they dropping anchors down?
They're doing this with nobody on they're doing this with a person on a boat. Right now it's just a person on a boat.
Right. But how would they do it? Okay. Same technology.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how is the person on the boat going to argue that they're better than the robot that doesn't have to sleep?
Who's going to steer that thing?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that could be the thing. They could suck at staying on track. Like, it could be very inefficient. There's no person on it. It's just a person doing the same shit, like mapping.
I don't like robots taking anyone's jobs, but I mean, it's hard for a cartographer to get up there and explain how they should keep their job over a robot.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's gonna be hard for everybody.
Like to see them try.
Yeah, this is like what the robots are built to do: chart the entire ocean. You know, like
that's true.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't know. The orcas. You need an alliance with them. So this is like a slippery slope. This is the first robots they're putting in the seas, and then imagine the next ones. You're gonna have the orcas in there, some biotic, alliance to be able to deal with like once they get way out of hand, because you know that they're gonna get out of hand with these robots.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you think they'll get attacked?
I think people will fuck with these sail drone Voyagers.
No, by like your sharks and orcas and stuff.
Maybe a shark. Yeah, but it could be an orca. I mean, orcas fuck with yachts.
Yeah, orcas more likely than sharks, because sharks are stupid and they just like go after what looks like prey for the most part. Orcas are curious.
I'll tell you what.
Curious.
If there are any aliens in the ocean, they're going to nip this in the bud real quick, because the stupid drunk cartographers that are humans have not found them yet, but the robots might.
Right.
The whiskey drunk cartographers that,
that's true.
At
but
3 p.m. forget how to cartography.
That's true. But we got news that they've been in the Gulf for months, apparently way bigger than they look, 25 to 75 feet. And they haven't found the robots yet. So very quiet, only a few knots per hour. That's what I thought. So if it could fucking sneak up on you if you were in some calm shit, of course you
It's
probably
really got to
around.
get the data, so it can't be zipping on by. It's got to it's got to collect all that data like a 3D printer.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Pepper. But yeah, I mean, shit, man, the robots are taking over everything, and I don't know. Like you're like at first they're real friendly. You got to keep an eye out.
Could you potentially like if you were like if you're like an immigrant, could you just like hop on one of these things like a train
and hope it goes to somewhere else?
Yeah, like a hobo on a train.
Yeah, like we're gonna have sea hobos now.
Yeah,
riding robots.
That'd be cool. Yeah,
dude, robot drifting is going to be one of the main hobo activities in the robot future. Like you find a robot that's got enough space for you to hang out. That's like a gold mine. Once
75 feet.
Then you fall in love. And you fall in love with it.
Well, if you, I mean, some of the robots might.
You don't want to leave it.
But
call it robo tripping.
Yeah,
like tussin, but more literal.
We get high and hide inside the robots.
Just let it take us where it goes. Oh, we're in Maine again. All right. Well, that's cool. Let's go to Alaska, shall we? Don't get to say that often. Juneau, is that the capital of Alaska, or is it?
Juneau is the capital of Alaska.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Juneau is the capital. Is it Mark frozen for you, or is that just me?
Yep, he's frozen.
Okay.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Okay. Just making sure. I wasn't tripping. Tripping.
Yeah, I was a little confused. What was going on with Mark too? Anyway, Juneau, where a complete psycho is on the loose and is playing a very sick, terroristic prank on children and their parents in Juneau, specifically those who like to take their children to the Twin Lakes Park. I have no idea where the fuck that is, but you guys might know.
I think is only accessible by plane, right? Is that it's like a capital city, but it's also not the major city. Anchorage is the major city in Alaska. I think Juneau's like on the coast, like further south. I think you might have to fly to it.
No, it's right on looks like it's right on a river, or like
I just don't know if there's roads that go straight to it, like especially in the winter.
Yeah, I don't know. You can definitely get there by boat though, as well as plane.
Oh yeah, for sure. Boat. It's like it's on the coast,
right,
west coast. Yeah,
yeah. Well, it's like south, like in that little peninsula part of Alaska that hugs Canada.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it doesn't snow as much in Juneau as other parts because it's like on the coast, has that like a Pacific Northwest vibe to it.
Anyway, Alaska's full of bears, right? Did you see any bears when you were up there?
I'm sure. Yeah. Alaska's got the most wildlife, man. It's the best place to go wildlife watching in North America, at least in the USA. I'm sure Canada's the same.
Yeah. Full of bears. So residents who like to adventure in the woods, they often take two things with them. They take guns and they take bear spray in case they run into like a 600-pound grizzly bear. And with bear spray like this one, labeled on the Bass Pro Shop, it's the UDAP bear spray. And what it says is a powerful formula created by an actual grizzly bear attack survivor. Magnum bear spray gives an outdoorsman a super hot 2% major capsaicinoid oil-based formula that instantly affects eyes, nose, and lung tissue. Okay, so
destroy the bear.
Yeah, this thing.
His nose. Yeah, his nose.
It'll stop a grizzly in its tracks. And some psycho thought to himself, "Man, if this stuff can stop a bear in its tracks, I wonder what it could do to a child going down a slide."
Whoa, no!
If I spray the shit out of the inside of one of these tunnel slides, those tunnel slides that that are at little parks. Here's the picture of it. Looks like that, and they pop out. They pop out the bottom.
Put my daughter down them all the time. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Well, imagine if your daughter went down one of those that was just lined with bear spray.
Oh, fuck. This guy's a terrorist.
Yeah, he's a terrorist. He's an absolute terrorist. That's what he did. He sprayed the fuck out of this slide with bear spray and immediately sent the child to the ER after the parents thought was a severe allergic reaction following a jump down one of the slides. Basically almost probably killed the poor kid because he couldn't breathe from the super hot capsaicinoids in his.
They're going to have a reaction. Yeah. A little kid's body on that with like all the Yes, they're definitely gonna
30
swell
pound
up and shit. Yeah,
toddler versus 600-pound bear. Yeah, I mean, so they have now closed this park. They said they're going to try to wash off the bear spray. As you can see in the background, there's still kids. I don't know if this is a Photoshop or whatever, but it looks like kids are still playing at the park. But they found the empty bear spray canister in a trash can at this playground. So they know
the prints are on it.
Yeah, so they've got some leads, but they haven't been able to catch this guy. And the police department, Lieutenant Craig Campbell, said that they're playing catch up and they're in the early stages of investigation. He said it was too early to say the incident was intentional, but noted it is very unusual place to use bear spray. So we got a genius on our hands up there, and Lieutenant Craig Campbell. He thinks
you think he emptied the whole can in there, was like a whole can of bear spray inside his
sounds
slide?
like he emptied it in 2 different slides, which is and that shit stays in the air. It's like it's designed to stay in the air and stuff to keep the bear from coming back.
So how many families' days did he ruin? How many kids got caught? Because they were fucked for the rest of the day.
Yeah, so there was a Facebook post from a woman that said her granddaughter ended up in the ER after going down one of the slides, and she said, quote, she played on a few other things, then went back to the slide. She immediately started screaming because her eyes and skin was burning, and posted, someone is intentionally being malicious and trying to hurt kids. And that's exactly what and apparently another employee said that another incident had occurred days prior, but the equipment was power washed. So this guy he's repeating it. He's repeating his tactic. This is just what he does. Shit. He bear sprays little kids' slides. He's the biggest coward in the world.
What an asshole.
Yeah. So yeah. By the way, check out this. This is an insane video. Bear spray is crazy to be on the market, quite frankly. To be allowed, I mean, you should. It's almost like a gun. It is powerful stuff. Here's a road rage incident.
PD is looking for the driver of a Toyota Matrix who assaulted another driver with bear spray. The attack was caught on camera by another driver.
He walked up to the car.
This was at
watch this guy unload.
Pali Avenue and Tahunga.
Oh shit! Like right in his face, like sprayed him like he's a bug.
Dude, he's just unloaded it.
When the suspect shoots bear spray at the victim.
That could really hurt that guy.
That driver, when he is found, will be arrested for assault and battery.
Staggered. He looks like he's like. I mean, he's just in shock, probably.
Whoa, dude,
he gets soaked with bear spray. I mean,
it's definitely a big red flag. You roll into somebody's house and they have like a huge stock of bear spray. Unless you're like a professional bear hunter, you got to think, what's going on here?
Yeah. Unless you like literally are survivalist, like it's a lot of bear spray.
And I mean, chicks have bear spray, right, for like self-defense. But like, if you're a dude and you're rolling with like crates of bear spray, that's probably.
I mean, bear spray and pepper spray are completely different. I looked it up. Bear spray is way more powerful than pepper spray. It's designed and it comes out. Pepper spray comes out in like a stream. Bear spray comes out in like that, like spray, So it has much farther range, and the capsaicinoid concentrate is a lot higher in bear spray because you have to stop a 600-pound grizzly bear versus
it makes sense.
Versus a human. So and the canisters are pretty big. They just they wear them like a gun, like a holster. It's crazy.
Yeah, that guy, the one he was shooting in the
dude, he unleashed pretty much the whole can on that guy. It's fucking doused. He probably ruined the inside of his car too.
Intern Jackson says, I got maced in the face as a child at a cabin in Quebec and basically got baptized in the river. First night I ever drank liquor. Yeah, so it sounds like it's horrible to get out.
Damn, wonder why he got maced. All right, so that's that. Some coward up in Alaska.
What a dickhead, man. By the way, Mark, update on where Mark went. If you're watching us tape live, you saw he disappeared. He had a power outage. Fucking ERCOT. He says his new neighborhood gets constant power outages.
Oh yeah, he does. He lives he said that he lives in a little bit more neighborhood that maybe ERCOT doesn't care about. Perhaps a little bit of discrimination, perhaps going on by ERCOT, which is sad.
Texas?
No way. Dude, I've gotten like 8 emails from them. Please conserve energy. Luckily, I think I'm on a hospital grid, so I don't have to worry about it. I just keep this house cool as a cucumber.
That's awesome. I'm glad that I'm in perfect AC right now too.
Yeah.
The house has power overflowing. Almost, it's almost too much power. Anonymous here, good thing they keep their name anonymous, says, I carry a foot-long steel machete for drivers who want to act up. Yeah. More old school than the Mace, Bear Mace, probably, but good call on the anonymous.
Yeah, that's why you don't fuck with people in the cars anymore.
It's true. You don't know, especially if you're in the South, the deep South. Pretty much everybody's got a gun in their car. So.
Yeah. You hear about that? There's I think it was a NASCAR race driver, a woman who got killed in a road rage accident like a couple days ago.
Dude, people get mad out there.
Let's see. Yeah, Rachel Ashley Albertson, 24 years old. She was in a car that got in a road rage incident, and the car like crashed, and she was ejected from the vehicle, and she fucking died. And she was hot too. Pretty sad. So yeah, crazy stuff. All right. Will, you like Olive Garden? Are you an Olive Garden guy?
I do.
Yeah.
I love like never ending breadsticks and salads.
Soup and salad, breadsticks. It's pretty good. Dipping those.
I'm more like the breadsticks and the salad, but the soup's okay.
Yeah. Well, Thomas Howie, 54, seen here. He doesn't like Olive Garden anymore. In fact, he's suing Olive Garden for $25,000 because back on March 11th, at an Olive Garden outside of Detroit while dining with friends, he bit into a big hairy rat's foot that was in his bowl of endless minestrone. There's the picture.
Not going back for the endless.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And yeah, that's a big rat's foot that he bit into.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's like as big as the pepper right next to it.
I think that's the actual photo. It was posted on New York Post. So, I mean, it looks like an actual photo of what might be a rat's foot in some soup. But what happened next is actually pretty fucking hilarious. So imagine you're out to dinner with your buddy. Let's just say it's Mark, and he's eating his endless minestrone. All of a sudden, he bites into something. He doesn't know what it is. Now, quote from Thomas is, I felt something stab me in the mouth, and I wasn't sure. The first thought was a needle. Then he said, after trying to swallow this sharp
you tried to swallow the needle?
Yeah, he tried to swallow the sharp thing. He's like, I better get this needle down.
Well, at first I thought it was a needle, so I said, well, let me try to swallow it real quick. And
hang on, get this needle down. He said that it got hooked to the inside of his cheek. So the rat's claws are now hooked to the inside of this guy's cheek. So he starts gagging. Like Mark is now gagging because we don't, it's a little bit scary, right? But then you're like, okay, Thomas, you okay, pal? You okay, Mark? And then he finally pulls it out and he's like, oh my God, it's a rat's foot. And he's so disgusted that he just immediately starts barfing all over.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you'd think that would happen right after.
He said that he called the cops because he wanted to report the incident. And when the cops came, they were even gagging. It was like that scene out of what's that fucking movie, like The Sandlot, where everyone just starts puking everywhere.
Oh, right. It's contagious.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you saw a rat's foot, most people like Olive Garden. You've probably eaten at Olive Garden. Even if you don't like it, you've eaten there a lot, and so you think about all those times, and and I'm sure everybody's Adam not trolling says this story is too much, Wes. I mean, it's a lot. See, even people just hearing this right now, you're getting a little bit queasy thinking about a rat's foot inside of Olive Garden food right now.
Yeah, you don't want it. Anyway, Olive Garden is saying that he's full of shit. Their official statement is, we have no reason to believe there is any validity to this claim. And so a friend,
how could it be fake though? They're saying he planted the rat foot in his soup.
Pretty much what they're saying.
The rat foot.
Yep. And then puked all over the place, almost gagged, almost choked to death, then puked everywhere, then called the cops, and then the cops gagged. They're saying it was probably all orchestrated for him. That's the only thing they could be saying. Yeah. But a friend was there, could be in on it, said is like, yeah, no, he ate the rat's foot and he puked everywhere. And another Olive Garden employee is then alleged to have approached the table and said, that's funny. We don't put meat in the minestrone. That's a real quote. So
no way. They said they were just cocky with it.
Yeah, they were laughing about it because they don't give a fuck. So he went to urgent care, got a tetanus shot, and he alleged that he had diarrhea and nausea for several days from not even ingesting the rat's foot, but just the thought of the rat's foot.
And so basically, he's saying like, I'm telling the truth, and Olive Garden's sticking by it. Like, this guy's a fucking liar. And they're in an impasse. He's going to court or something or what?
Yeah. Well, he said that he's battled anxiety and depression in the months following this rat foot incident. And he now says that he can't eat meat and that he no longer goes to dine at restaurants unless he can see the food being prepared. So they've ruined his dining experience. They gave him diarrhea. They made him puke in front of his friends, and they gave him anxiety and depression, all because of the minestrone, endless minestrone with the rat's foot.
So, yeah. Calling him a liar after he had to eat a rat's foot. I mean, that's tough. Great question from Bull's Deep Hook, but we answered it earlier. No, it was minestrone. Was he eating ratatouille? No, minestrone.
No, minestrone. Yeah. So,
I mean, if it's real, which it's not, I don't have reason to doubt the guy necessarily, especially if he's, I don't know, he could just be money chasing, but
yeah,
we'll see. I hope the court finds the truth, and that if this man really did have to eat a rat's foot, that he gets what he deserves, because that's fucked up.
Yeah, pretty fucked up. So, 25K, not bad. I'd eat a rat's foot for 25K.
That's all. I mean, he should ask for more.
Yeah. No problem.
That's mental torment. I believe Mark is on the Hive 5 tomorrow. Send him your stuff. Remember, we are taping 1 hour earlier because we're talking to Representative Nancy Mace. So if you watch us live stream, it's going to be 1 hour earlier than you usually would do it. And so I don't know if we need a cup of coffee, because probably just Hive 5 and Nancy Mace.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Right. Who's gonna introduce? Yeah. We don't need. You're right.
Say like we're just gonna be like, hey, here's because we've been waiting. We
absolutely do not need anything.
We want to leave all the time for her. No introductions. Right. No introductions necessary. So that's like
absolutely
2 seconds.
Good. So. Well, there you go. Please join us. Again, what's that promo code for Predict It, Will?
It is. So if you go to predictit.org/promo/hard factor 25, you get $25 matched in a political futures market, where you can bet on what do you think will happen in the races, who you think will be the candidates, all that stuff. And I'll tell you, and we're doing it all election season. Very fun.
It's awesome, especially when the primaries happen, when you got multiple states closing at the same time. If you think you got your thumb on the pulse of American politics, you'd be dumb not to get in there and make some free money.
We've had some big debate nights, big election nights. I mean, it's definitely fun, and definitely
big wins too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like big wins. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So
exactly.
For sure. Get in there, play with us. It's very fun. Plus, we'll be doing more work with them down the line. Of course, BIRDDOGS as well. You got to get in with them. H News, code H News, free hat.
Patreon.com/hard factor. But hey, we'll see you tomorrow. Please join us. If you have a good question, maybe you'll get it read to Nancy Mace. That'll be the closest you ever get to Nancy Mace, which is, still pretty good.
It's gonna make my day.
It's gonna make my day too. But until then, we love you, and we hope you have a great fucking